Did you like the intro? Because I'm back, and this is a new series I'm calling ReelTalk. And in this series, I'm going to talk with One Piece YouTubers about One Piece chapters and our predictions for the future events of One Piece. And if you like this series, be sure to like the video so I know you like the series. In this video, me and JD will talk about Yamato, the future of Yamato, her strength, and what we think is going to happen next within Wano and within One Piece. Okay, so first of all, I want to ask you a question. Do you think Yamato is going to join the crew?
I think that right now it is 50-50. I think a lot of people believe it's 100% happening. However, the thing I think everybody needs to look at is what Jinbei said. We need to wait for the captain to say it, like say yes or no. Luffy's going to have the final say. Yamato said, like at the beginning of this raid, hey, I'm going to join your crew or whatever. Luffy kind of just brushed her off. He didn't say yes, he didn't say no. So I still think that there is a chance that Luffy says no, or that Momonosuke ends up asking Yamato to stay in Wano because her devil fruit is the guardian deity.
Yeah, I agree that it's not 100%, but I would lean to the side of yes. But the thing is, of course, Luffy, I think at the beginning, Luffy will actually say, no, you're not joining the crew. Because Yamato keeps going on and on about, I'm Odin, I'm not Yamato. But I think Yamato needs to become her own character for Luffy to let her join the crew.
Right, and I think that's the biggest flaw Yamato has. However, if she does join the crew, I think that this crew, with all the personalities, with all the people that are on this crew, I think she would be able to find herself very easily. So I could see Oda doing something where she still thinks she's Odin, or she still tries to strive to be Odin when she joins the crew, and then have her character develop as she travels with the Straw Hats.
Yeah, that would make sense as well. It's like that thing, it's like that analogy, I think it was like in philosophy, like, because you gotta think about it, Yamato's just really been trapped in Wano, in a cave, just with one journal that she worships. So all she reads is about Kozuki Odin. So of course she wants to idolize him and become him. But I think over time, as time goes on, she's gonna like find herself, as you said. What do you think Yamato's role would be, though?
So in
Yeah.
terms of role, when it comes to like swordsman, cook, musician, whatever, I think those are kind of overrated. I think it was kind of started in the East Blue, or like the beginning of One Piece, because it's just easier to say, oh, we need this, we need that, right?
Yeah.
To survive on the voyage. But if you look at like Kaido's crew or Big Mom's crew, they don't have like specific roles like that. So I don't think her not having a role on the crew, whether it's cook or whatever, is a big deal. However, a dream is a big deal. And right now I would say her dream is to be free.
Her dream is to be free.
Hmm.
I'm still curious about the role, right? Because if you look at everyone else, everyone does have a distinct role within the crew. Like even Brook is a musician, Jinbei is the helmsman. If I'm trying to think of everyone in the Straw Hat crew, everyone does have a role, and I'm trying to think what Yamato's role would be. I think people have suggested like log keeper, like kind of what Odin did. But
Oh, that would be good. I actually haven't never thought about that. Yeah, if like we really need to put her in a role, which I honestly don't think we do. I kind of find it a little weird that Zoro has a role of swordsman, because that doesn't really
I guess
help
that's
when
true
he's
as
on the
well. Zoro
crew.
kind of just sleeps on the ship. He doesn't
Right,
re-
like
he's kind of the vice captain though, except he's not that active with it.
yeah, he's that's not a formal role of his either. So like
True.
if we really need to pigeonhole her into a role, I guess you could say like log keeper. I think that would be good because she obviously has a connection with Odin's logbook. So she
Yeah.
may be like, oh, I'm going to write everything down so maybe a future generation gets inspired. I think that could be it. But again, I'm not big on the whole everybody needs a role in the crew.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. And also, I have a question for you. This is a very important one. If Yamato
Hmm.
does join the crew, what will happen with the strength dynamic of the crew? So, do you think Yamato is stronger than Saji, for example, stronger than Zoro? Like, what do you think's happening there?
That's a that's a tough question. You're gonna
Yeah,
get me in trouble,
it's a
but
toxic question as well. It's good.
it is a very toxic question.
It's the best type of question.
Um, she went 1v1 versus Kaido. She wouldn't have won. She said so herself.
Yeah.
It has advanced Conqueror's hockey and can use it whenever she wants. and she has a mythical zone devil fruit.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that she is stronger than Zoro and Sanji,
Okay.
but I'm going to caveat this. Zoro needs to learn how to fully use Enma. Once he does that, I think he's going to be stronger than Yamato.
Okay.
Sanji, I don't know exactly how strong these German genes are. His fight with Queen really didn't put a cap on his power, and since he doesn't have Advanced Conquerors Haki, and we've seen with Luffy how strong Advanced Conquerors Haki is, I have to give the edge to Yamato right now. But
Yeah.
if we see like the German genes are stupidly powerful, then I'm fine moving Sanji up.
I do think that it's not going to be long before Zoro and Sanji are said to be definitively stronger than Yamato. Like, maybe
Agreed.
like half an arc. I used to say that Zoro and Sanji were stronger than Yamato, purely for the fact that I value Yamato's mythical zone and she went 1v1 with Kaido. But I try to put like Sanji or Zoro in that scenario. I do not think they would go that long with Kaido, but I do think they will pose greater problems to Kaido within a shorter time frame. So Sanji, I think his speed will... Okay, Kaido's going to deal with Sanji, of course, but I think his speed will still be an issue. And Zoro, I think his power will be an issue for Kaido now that he knows Advanced Conquerors Haki. Whereas I think Yamato can last longer because she knows her dad as a combatant, but she's never gonna be in a position to pose a threat to him. But now I'm starting to think that Yamato is stronger than Sanji slightly, because of course Advanced Conquerors Haki and a mythical zone devil fruit, which is said to be like the guardian deity of Wano. Maybe you could, I guess you could definitely argue she's stronger than Zoro. I would say no, because Zoro did beat King. Like, I think people are starting to underrate the Yonko Fest commanders. Like, I'm not sure how Yamato would do against King.
You have to have Advanced Conquerors Haki to beat him,
Yeah, definitely.
or you need to have some sort of overpowered devil fruit of some sort.
Yeah.
And I think Yamato fits the bill for both of those, just like Zoro fit the bill for Advanced Conquerors Haki and having a broken sword in Enma.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, I've seen, I think most people agree that Yamato would beat King, but even Zoro defeated King because his Advanced Conquerors Haki was actually very potent. Because there are levels to Advanced Conquerors, as we've seen with Kaido, because Yamato and Luffy both had Advanced Conquerors against Kaido, but Luffy's was way stronger, because he also had Rio, I guess. And Zoro also had Rio, and then he let Advanced Conquerors. So I'm assuming Zoro's Advanced Conquerors is stronger than Yamato's and more potent, and that's why he was able to damage King more effectively. Whereas I don't know it would be the same with Yamato. Honestly, I think King vs Yamato would be kind of like a stalemate, but I would edge it to King.
Next big Yonko fight, whether that's Shanks, Big Mom, Blackbeard, and if Yamato's on the crew, we'll find out, because Zoro will face the first commander, Sanji will most likely face the second commander, and then Yamato would face the third commander.
I personally think the top 3 monster trio dynamic will never leave. Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji. I agree what you said with the other dynamic as well, but I think the first one will stay there until the end of the series, like the Wings of the Pirate King and Luffy being the Pirate King.
Right. I think that the Wings of the Pirate King will never leave. I just think that the power dynamic will shift a little bit, where Luffy is 100% the strongest, because there was times when people were like, maybe Zoro's stronger than Luffy, right?
I remember those times.
I don't think that will ever happen again. I think Luffy will be top dog, and then everybody else.
Yeah, it's very hard to imagine, because Luffy has Gear 5, Conqueror's Haki that is like... I think what will happen is Zoro will eventually master an attack with Enma or something. Enma, another blade, maybe he gets a black blade. And the attack will be so powerful that it's stronger than any attack Luffy's done before. So people will be like, oh, if Zoro lands this attack on Luffy, he'll win. But, of course, fights don't work like that. It's not just your attack power.
Luffy has the power to destroy an island. Luffy has the power to destroy an island.
Yeah, but I think the way, Oda's kind of played this up, Zoro has the most attack power, but the best fighter, the most overall strength goes to Luffy. And the most overall speed, I guess at one point you would say Sanji, but I don't even know.
Right.
Also, okay, what do you think will happen like later on in Wano? Do you think this is it once Luffy, Zoro recover?
We got to figure out what's going on with the world government ships. There's a theory going around that like it's Vegapunk and the SSG. There's another thing that like the anime director said that Kaido's not the final antagonist of this arc, so it's like Thriller Bark-ish.
Yeah,
I don't know if
yeah.
that's true or a mistranslation. I don't know, but a lot of people are saying it, so it kind of makes me think that
I did hear that,
SSG
but I'm
are
like,
coming.
okay, wait, SSG, yeah, but like, okay, but when in Thriller Bark, Kuma came, who was stronger than Moria substantially.
Hmm.
Who's gonna come that's substantially stronger than Kaido? It doesn't even make sense. Like, is Emu
I don't
coming?
think
Is
it's
Emu?
no.
Emu's come
I
soon.
don't think it's gonna be stronger. I don't think anybody stronger than Kaido's gonna come. But I think that what could end up happening is the SSG. Let's just say they're warlord level. That there's like
And this,
100 SSG
oh,
and Luffy Zoro is hurt. So like the Straw Hats are not at full strength. Sanji's a little banged up, even though Frankie says he's gonna
I see
continue to
what you're
fight.
saying.
I don't think he is at full power. So like I think that's gonna kind of be more of the issue that the Straw Hats aren't on full power. Because we talked about that last time. The Straw Hats are a Yonko caliber crew. It's gonna be more of an issue that the Straw Hats aren't full strength than that the SSG or the world government's stronger than the Straw Hats. I think that's more likely than
Oh, I
like
see
an
what you're
admiral
saying.
coming.
Yeah, yeah. So the SSG come, and then Kaido awakens. Oh, I got you. I got you.
Is that what you think?
That's exactly what I think. You know what? Like, okay, this is honestly how I feel. With the build up I'm just thinking about story progression, right? With the build up of Law, or Doflamingo, Katakuri, Law, Kid, and then Luffy awakening. What would actually happen if this is the end? Maybe I'm on hard copium or something, but I actually do not feel this is over. But okay, my heart tells me I'm wrong, but my brain tells me I'm right. That's what I'll say.
I think that you're half right and half wrong. If that makes
Fair.
sense. I think that the Luffy versus Kaido fight is finished. I don't think Kaido is finished. So whether that means that
Yeah.
Kaido
That's
ends
exactly
up
what I'm saying.
helping.
That's basically what I'm saying is that Luffy has defeated Kaido, right? But let's
Okay,
say
yeah,
Kaido
yeah.
awakens. Luffy did defeat Kaido, but Kaido got back up, whereas Luffy stayed on the ground. Did Luffy really defeat the Yonko 1v1? Did he really defeat Kaido 1v1? Like it said, 1v1 better than Kaido? Did he? I mean, the narrator said he did, but there would still be something in the air there where it's not definitive.
Well, Kaido has to leave Wano, so we have to
Yeah,
somehow get him
that's
out of Wano, and that's
yeah.
why I think he's going to either take care of the world government ship, or I doubt he gets captured, but we had to get him out of Wano, and I think the best way to get him out of Wano is through these world government ships or the second antagonist, if there is a second antagonist.
Luffy's goal was to drive Kaido out of Wano, right? But Kaido's role in the story must continue at that point, surely. Like, I've seen people say that Kaido, that's it. That's absolutely it for Kaido's role in the story. But I'm like, he's too strong to be captured. I assume he's not dead from the magma. Like, what happens with Kaido? Does he get depressed and falls into a hole? I don't think so. I assume he either helps Luffy. I guess that is the most plausible option. He does help Luffy.
He may try to sacrifice himself. He's still trying to find his death, and when he gets up, most likely, he's going to be like, okay, this dude's Joy Boy, most likely, because he just beat me. And he may see him having issues with the world government or whatever. And that's maybe when we get a flashback. I don't know. I doubt it. But at some point, Kaido's going to die to fulfill his own wish in this story. So it's just kind of when,
Especially if he
how,
becomes
and
an
where.
ally, I think.
Yeah, if he becomes an ally, I think his days are numbered in this story because
Yeah.
he's way too powerful to be an ally. A way that it could happen is that the SSG, like the pure numbers of them, are able to kill Kaido, or Kaido like sacrifices himself because does two things. It gives Kaido that depth, or three things, I guess. It gives Kaido the depth. It allows the Straw Hats to escape, and then it kind of pumps up the SSG to show how strong they actually are.
I actually do really like that theory. If the SSG do show up to Wano and Kaido does, I guess, help protect the Straw Hat crew. Yeah, I do see that. Like the SSG actually showing that they are one of the main forces, because the Warlords were one of the three forces: the Admirals, the Yonko, and the Warlords. So if the SSG are really that strong, they have to prove that.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah,
have to
like
prove it, especially since they're so late. They're getting introduced so late in this series, and they're replacing Mihawk, basically. Like, we all think Mihawk's top 10 in the One Piece universe.
Yeah, I
So
think
if
it's
that's
like
the
top
case,
5.
these SSGs, you have to replace that somehow.
Yeah.
And you can't just say, oh, they're strong. You have to prove how strong they are.
Yeah, I think that's about it for today's discussion. If you want to check out JD's channel, go in the link in the description, or like you can even search him up. Find his channel. We did a collab there, so you can check that out as well. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, thank you for having me on. I enjoyed it.
And also be sure to subscribe, because I heard that if you subscribe, within 10 years you'll get a devil fruit power. So it's pretty good to subscribe, I reckon. That's the video. Peace.